This is the End Zone, where we talk everything football. Let's move the chains. The XFL leaks have coming from one of my insiders with the XFL. This is the actual document. There are a couple different pages on this document of basically a presentation that the XFL has given to potential buyers to purchase the XFL and get it back on its feet. So let's take a look at what it's got to offer. Here you are looking at the top of that page, and it's selling first on the high quality talent pool. You see that the XFL did have really great players. 29 have signed with NFL teams. You see that on the second bullet point. It's an attractive option for players to bypass college. Okay, that's one of their selling points. Complementary to the product of the NFL, got that. So basically the same things that we were sold on before the league started. Action-packed gameplay, so it's just highlighting the quick rules. So you got innovations on those rules, structures to changing kickoffs, punts, PATs, gameplay changes, high-quality play. We saw that this year. Then it's got its key statistics from TV. So, your partial season attendance, 362,000. That's good. 48% of single-game buyers aged 18 through 44, so that's your age demographic. 85% of attendees agreed games were high quality, so that is good. The people who were watching liked the games. 1.9 million average TV viewers, 41.5 million unduplicated TV reach for all games, 66 net promoter score, 3.7 million followers across social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, all of that good stuff. Then you got your viewership comparison comparing to the other leagues. I'm surprised it doesn't show the NFL, but you can see, the XFL was just right behind the MLB, and they did very well when compared to the NHL and the MLS. So people were watching the XFL. So here's that lower portion of the same page. It highlights the television opportunities, the national sponsors. You got Beats, Bud Light, Seltzer, which you saw probably on TV, Progressive, and Gatorade. Then all the gaming, all the betting that they really wanted to have involved. Now look at the growth opportunities, totally scalable and adaptable to the realities of a new No, I'm not going to say that word because I don't want to get demonetized, but you can read it. Strong increase in ticket sales, sponsorships. There's a bullet point about monetizing licensing opportunities. So that means making video games probably. And then add teams and games to increase schedule and audience attendance and reach. Sell franchises to individual owners. So they might go for a restructuring of the league itself. And then leverage all IP assets from 2001 XFL. So they could use the names and the logos to get some of those teams back to increase not only the number of teams, but the number of fan interest. Key processing dates. Right down below you see the bid deadline, July 6th, auction date, July 8th. So we've got a couple of really, really big dates coming up pretty soon. And you see on June 12th, they're really trying to see if people are serious. They have a bunch of people interested. That's why they made this. So it looks to me like the XFL is still afloat. Now let's move on to the next page. Here's a full page preview of page 2. Now let's dive into the top portion of this page. So in the top half of page 2, it basically gives us the specifics, the opportunity to acquire Alpha Entertainment, which basically manages the XFL. The company maintains full ownership of all 8 teams. So basically, this kind of reinforces what I've said before about the league, what they're trying to do selling. They're trying to get somebody to sell to while still working with them. It would be like buying a restaurant chain, but keeping some of the management. They're not going to clean house with what they're doing here. You see the company generated $46 million in revenue, validating the XFL's path to becoming the next multi-billion-dollar sports enterprise and one of North America's most important sports leagues. Significant investment has been made to push proof of concept, build infrastructure. A lot of this is just repeating what we've seen in the earlier slides, but the last thing says, 12-week, TV-friendly. That's what the XFL is. They want to have a lot of fans there and attendance with cheap tickets. So let's move on to the bottom of this page. So right here we see the investment highlights. It's got 7 highlights. Opportunity to enter the elite world of sports. High profile, okay. Unique fan engagement, all this good stuff. Basically, if you know anything about the XFL, if you know little about the XFL, you can see that a lot of this is stuff that is pretty well known by the XFL community, XFL fans, people who followed around the league or any sports league at all. This is basically them trying to sell on why the XFL can be successful again with an investment, talking about a 12-week league, key part of the sports calendar, all of that good stuff. So the XFL, it's still alive. I'd love to know what you think down below. Do you think that the XFL has a shot? I certainly do. I mean, people are interested in sports. If people want to buy sports teams, wealthy people want to be part of something, and what a great way to be part of something, and by being part of a football league. Thanks for watching the End Zone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.